Gonna get a few games of UFC in. How you guys do this?
Welcome into the Week 10 NFL preview, and we're also going to cover some college game. This is the Bets and Brewskis podcast. My name is Elliot Stalkup. I'm joined here today with Britton Bradford and Matthew Fagley. All righty, boys. You got anything coming in hot with anything today? Britton's coming in hot last night.
I'm cool.
No, pretty good day. About to get cold as shit, so just
That's fun.
Time for it's about whiskey weather now.
it's football weather, baby.
Oh yeah. All right. Let's get into some college games. So the first one we got, let's go with LSU Arkansas. LSU number 7 in the college rankings. They're 7-2. They just beat Alabama. Wild game last week. Loved watching it. They realistically have an outside chance of making the playoffs. It's not likely, but it's possible. They take on Arkansas, who's 5-4. I thought Arkansas was going to be better this year. I like Arkansas, but the spread on this game is only 3. Matt, do you have any idea why that is? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Arkansas has been a decent team. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up the spread here on FanDuel.
Yeah, right now I have it at 3.5 on FanDuel.
Yeah, so Arkansas's quarterback's good, but I think LSU, if they make a run here, they can, say it's them against Georgia in the SEC championship. LSU wins. I think they have to be in the playoff.
They have to beat Georgia, and I think TCU has to lose a game or two for them to.
Well, and Ohio State and Michigan have to face each other still, so
I think as long as that game is close, I don't think that's going to drop either of those teams out of the top 4.
No, but they'll favor the SEC champion over.
Oh yeah, that's how it is.
But overall, I think LSU gets it done.
Oh yeah, and 3.5, I am less likely to take that. I prefer it at 3, but they're playing in Arkansas? Yeah, they're playing in Arkansas. If it was in Baton Rouge, I think the spread would be like 5. So. Yeah. Let's see the other game. Probably the best. Do what?
90% of the bets are on LSU, so maybe and 77% of the money. Maybe think about taking Arkansas.
I don't know. I just think that Brian Kelly and there is something coming off a really emotional win last week. They could be coming out a little bit slow, so maybe I take Arkansas first half. But probably the best game of the day is going to be TCU Texas. TCU 9-0, 4, and then Texas 6-3, ranked number 18, and Texas is favored by 7 points.
What the fuck is the spread?
So so Texas is statistically, they're very good. They should be. They should have beat Alabama, but their starting quarterback got hurt. They've kept, realistically, they could be one or two things go their way and they're 8-1, 9-0 maybe. Probably not 9-0, but 8-1 for sure. Texas is actually a good team this year. They've had a lot of bad luck, but 7 points is a lot. I definitely lean TCU here. If TCU wins this game, it would be a big, and their resume is already good, but it would be hard for me not to see them go into the playoffs at that point. So I definitely lean TCU at +7.
Yeah, should be a good game.
Yeah,
I concur.
Probably not gonna watch it.
I might tune into that one. That one's 7:30 tomorrow though. So.
7:30.
What's next?
Friday?
No, tomorrow or Saturday.
7:30 p.m.
Yeah.
It's UFC time, baby.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
Alabama, Ole Miss. Alabama number 9, Ole Miss number 11. Ole Miss is probably the most fraudulent number 11 out there. They are not as good as their ranking says. Do what?
I don't think they're ranked.
Ole Miss? Yeah, they're number 11.
Oh yeah, never mind.
They're 8-1. And their one loss was against LSU, and LSU came in and just spanked them. I mean, it wasn't even close. Ole Miss resume is terrible. Alabama's a 12-point favorite right now, which that is a lot of points. They are playing in Mississippi. Over under 64.5 though, so I kind of like the over. I mean, Alabama, good offense has been able to put up points against Alabama, and Alabama's able to put up points themselves. So I think it's a lot of points. I would more lean towards the over in that game than playing the spread.
I like Ole Miss plus 11.
Yeah, yeah. It's a lot of points, and Alabama knows that their season's kind of over. It would be very difficult for them to get in the playoffs. So I don't know how that affects a college player. Knowing that they got next year coming up. Why go out and risk it? Uh, yeah, I think that's all the college games. Oregon Washington will be a good one. Oregon is actually pretty good. They're 13-point favorites. I think they're gonna just spank Washington.
Still not a Bo Nix believer though.
Well, he plays really good at home, and even when he was at Auburn, he would play a lot better at home because he had the crowd behind him. And being that Oregon's playing at home against Washington, I like them more. 13 points is a lot, especially with this. The over/unders at 72.5 points.
Jesus fuck.
That is, I remember, I can't remember the stat now. It's been a while since I saw it, but I think it's any total that's over 70 points hits on the under at a pretty high rate, which makes sense because the point total is so high. I mean, you essentially have to have a perfect game where every time the offense gets the ball, they're scoring a touchdown. So I don't know. I think the under looks pretty good there. I don't know if Washington's aside at 13 points. If it gets out to 14, it's 13.5 right now. So if it gets up to 14, I would probably lay with Washington there. So
Alrighty, Matthew Berry, thank you.
all right.
Well,
Well,
get on to the NFL slate.
oh yeah, this is what we're really here for.
Let's get to this game
Scrumptious.
tonight is more interesting every time I look at it, to be honest. We got Falcons at Carolina plus 2.5 for the Panthers. Over under is at 41.5. 73% of the bets and 55% of the money's on the Falcons. Bradford?
I think this is going to be a really good game, contrary to popular belief. Although it does have the potential to be a shitter if you've looked at the weather. Apparently, the weather from whatever hurricane is passing through. I feel like it's going to be a big rushing game both ways. So I've got a nice little. I want to put this in now just for the people who might listen before tonight are real hardcore fans. I've got a nice same game parlay that I would like to bestow on them. We got, and this is bonus Thursday Night Football same game parlay from your boy. And we got Dante Foreman anytime TD. We got Tyler Algier anytime TD. We got over 42.5. Matt, I saw you wince there, but stick with me. He's due. He got 9 touches last week for 99 yards. That's great. He should get more work. Cordell Patterson's a freaking wide receiver. He should not be a running back. Get him out of there.
He's good. I don't know.
Okay, he's good at everything, but let Tyler Algier shine. We're going Falcons. I'm taking them an alternate spread of plus 2.5. I think they're going to win anyway, but it was a pretty solid plus 2.5. I like that. And then over 42.5. And that is plus 13.15 right there. So go get some money.
Well, so Atlanta this season 6-3 against the spread, 3-1 against the spread on the road. So a little better on the road. Carolina 3-6 against the spread, 2-3 at home. I mean, Joe Mixon just put up 5 tuggers against the Panthers last week.
She did.
And I think Patterson and Algier might be able to slice and dice, to be honest. Like you said, weather is going to be pretty shitty.
It's not
About
like
10
these
to
teams are good at passing, anyways.
No.
Yes, two terrible quarterbacks.
PJ Walker did ball out in the first game though, because they just met 2 weeks ago. He balled out.
Yeah. 10 to 25 mile per hour winds, rain probably. I mean, I'm looking at the under, to be honest. And I think we got the Falcons at -2.5 if I had to take the spread. But I got a juicy little same game parlay here as well.
Make sure you get on FanDuel and get that that $5 back insurance, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
did you do that? Did you do that? Man?
Yeah, opt in for the.
Yeah, good. Do that.
Yeah. I got Falcons money line. I got under 41.5. Cordero Patterson anytime touchdown score.
Ooh.
PJ Walker under passing yards 165.5, and Marcus Mariota under 157.5.
I think given the weather, that's a great one. Yeah, they ain't gonna.
I know those are low passing yards, but I think it's just gonna be grind and pound. Honestly, Falcons should have beat the Chargers last week, and they blew it. And I think PJ Walker doesn't hit that 60-yard dime to DJ Moore at the end of that game. Like, Falcons get out of there no problem. But I don't know. I think tonight's a good bounce back spot for the Falcons.
Elliot, drop some knowledge on us, baby.
Yeah, so in the first meeting, PJ Walker did ball out. The final score was 34-37 Falcons. Panthers should have won it if DJ Moore had not taken off his helmet, and the kicker should have made it, but the penalty doesn't help. At the beginning of the week, Falcons were actually favored by a lot more. I believe they were all the way up at like 5.5 point favorites, and the totals come down a lot. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. I think they're going to be running the ball a lot. Neither the Panthers' defense is good though. So I think if you got the Panthers at 3.5 earlier this week, I really like that ticket. I think it's going to come down to the wire again, just like the first game. I think the teams, even though they're not playoff contenders, they're both.
I don't know. The Falcons could creep in there. They're tied with the Bucs right now.
Yes, they could.
That's
creep
a terrible
in.
division.
Yes, that's the only reason that they're going to make it to the playoffs, but they're not contenders in the playoffs.
Hey, you never know, buddy.
I never know, I guess, but
this ain't the World Series. You only need to win one game.
Honestly, I kind of like, if you're going to take anything on the Falcons, I would just take a money line. They're only at -144, so like, just forget the points and root for wins.
I think if before the game, if the total if the spread goes up at all, if it hits 3, I may have to play the Panthers. I think the Panthers defense is good enough to keep them in this game. So
good luck. All right, let's go to the 9:30 a.m. game in Munich, Germany.
Unlike football,
we got the Seattle Seahawks versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brady and the Bucs are -2.5, I believe. It's been bouncing around between there and 3. Over under 44.5. Seattle 6-3 against the spread. Tampa 2-6-1 against the spread. 52% of the bets and 65% of the money is on Tampa, though. I mean, all of the trends say to take Seattle. Seattle is 4th in sacks per game, and the Bucs can't protect Tom at all. So, I mean, it's an early game. I don't really enjoy betting on the early games in elsewhere countries, but I think I'm going to ride with the Seahawks again +2.5. If you can buy them up to 3.5, I mean, I would definitely do that just for some safety, but
yeah,
I like money line, to be honest.
These teams are headed in 2 opposite directions. I mean, the Seahawks are trending upward. Their defense is playing a lot better. And the Buccaneers went on that game-winning drive last week, but the rest of the game they looked just
such
awful.
a shitty game though. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but the Buccaneers looked awful the rest of the game, and they just managed to put together one good drive. The Seahawks and Buccaneers, I love Seahawks. I think they're on a good trajectory up. They got good young talent. I love playing Seahawks points and money line this week.
I like it. Bradford, what you got on this one, bub?
I don't know. This is a game I don't really like for betting purposes. I don't want to bet against Tom Brady.
I will say Kenneth Walker is going to play. So we talked about that yesterday.
Finally.
He's good. He's good. Go on.
I don't know. He's going against a pretty stout Bucs front. They always have a pretty decent run defense. So I don't know if he's going to be a huge factor. I think it's going to be a really tight game. But I really don't. If I had to, I'd probably lean towards Matt's taking the Hawks spread, to be honest. But I don't really like anything else.
I think if you're going to like actually put like a unit or two on the spread, definitely take the points and then just like sprinkle in some money line because I think they do get the dub, but you never know.
I think the Hawks can get the dub for sure. But it's Tom freaking Brady. You can't really count him out.
Brenton, I'll tell you that the Buccaneers are actually towards the bottom of the league in rush defense.
Hey, Tom Brady's probably going to go get him some like German
bride.
Gucci.
Huh? Some broad over there.
Yeah. He's going to get you some strange, and then he's going to come out at 9:30 a.m. and ball out maybe. Never know.
Yeah, well, it won't be 9:30 a.m. over there. It'll be evening for him, but
he'll come home from the club.
TB12 never leaves Eastern Standard Time, bub. All right, starting in the 1:00 games, we got Jacksonville at Kansas City. Jags 3-6 against the spread. Chiefs 3-5 against the spread. 63% of the bets and 60% of the money's on the Chiefs. Totals at 50.5. To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the game, but if I had to take anything, I would lean Chiefs -9.5. Bradford?
I mean, what can you say about this? It's the freaking cream of the crop versus the scraps.
I don't know, dude.
Jacksonville's.
I know they've stunk shit in the past, but
I mean, they're not the worst. They're not the worst, but it's the Chiefs, and the offense is just too high powered. I mean, they have too many weapons. Juju's coming on.
I feel like Chiefs always get these big spreads, and then they never cover. So
I could eat. You say it's 9.5.
Yeah, maybe buy Jags up to 10.5.
I wouldn't even be mad about that if I had to take something. The over seems a bit high for me. So I mean, I might even consider the
50.5 is a lot of points, but these are two pretty high scoring offenses. So, Jags plus 10.5 is only -132. I would definitely take that.
I like it. I definitely like that.
I have switched my pick, making it an official pick now.
Jags
10.5.
Do I need to write this down?
Write it down.
And hey, are we good with doing more than 4 picks? You gotta at least have 4 picks, but we can do more.
Yeah, I'm doing 4 straight picks, and then just I'm throwing in a parlay at the end.
Well, I think for contest reasons, I think everybody just making the same amount of picks is good.
Do a percentage.
Okay, yeah, that works too. So Jags plus 9.5, and I agree with Matt.
Plus 10.5. I bought it up to plus 10.5.
Oh, you bought it up to 10.5? Okay.
Yep. It's only -132. Not that much juice. I like it. So Bradford, you got anything on that one?
I didn't have anything official.
Gotcha.
Not a game I'm super excited to watch. I think it's going to be a blowout, but
highlights might be good. Elliot, anything?
The Chiefs did not impress me last week against the Titans. They were favored by 12.5, and they just didn't do anything. I mean, Kelsey didn't have a great game, so you can expect a bounce back from him.
Yeah, but Titans always play them pretty close.
And that's another part of it that I
Vrabel's a very
kind
good
of
coach, so
leaning. But
I don't think there's any Vrabel.
9.5 is a lot of points, though. If I had to lean a side, I would lean the Jags side, but I'm not
Yep.
playing it personally because, I mean, this could be one of those instances where Patrick Mahomes, who threw for almost 500 yards last week, comes out and says, we should have been better, and they go out and just win by 30. I mean, that's in the realm of possibility. I may take Chiefs alternate line plus 30.5.
Plus 30.5. I mean, yeah, that's probably minus.
I think that's a good line.
Minus 30.5. What am I saying?
Yeah, jackass. All right, next game. We got the Houston Texans, Dougie Davis Mills at the New York Giants. Giants are favored minus 5.5, over under 40.5. Houston 4-3-1 against the spread. Giants 6-2 against the spread. 70% of the bets and 67% of the money is on the Giants. Personally, I think if you're going to lean aside, got to go Giants, but I'm not taking anything on this game because every single Giants game this year has been close, and they always sneak it out at the end. So I just don't trust them covering 5.5, and I don't really like the total. So I'm going to sit this one out, but I would lean Giants. Elliot?
I tend to agree with you there, but the Giants do play people close. The Texans defense is just so bad, though. I mean, Saquon is going to he's going to drop 40 points this week in fantasy. Brenton's already excited to hear that. He's got Saquon in fantasy.
I think it's going to be rushing attack versus rushing attack for sure because I don't think the Giants run.
Especially with Brandon Cooks, him not getting traded. I don't even think he's playing this week for him. And besides that, they don't have any other receivers. Davis Mills, he was decent last year, but he's gone downhill, which is sad because I did like him last year. I thought he was better. I think Giants is a side. Are they playing in Houston or in?
No, it's in New York.
Yeah, okay. I like 5.5 even more. Personally, not going to play it, but I could see where the argument's made that's a
Bradford.
Okay, we'll just ignore that.
the dog is killing something.
No,
he's killing the dog.
Yeah.
I like the Giants here. I've got them a part of a money line parlay. I think they get the job done. I think Saquon runs all over them. And yeah, that's about it. That's how this game's going to go.
Yeah.
Maybe Dameon Pierce flashes some more of his pizzazz on the game too, but it's not going to matter when the Giants are up by 20.
Alrighty. Okay, on to the next game and possibly the game of the week. It is going to be the local Fox game here in Indianapolis, kind of, but not really.
Not really.
Fuck you. We got the Dan Campbell-led Detroit Lions at the Chicago Bears. Bears minus 3.5, over under 48.5. Detroit 4-4 against the spread, 1-2 against the spread on the road. Chicago 4-1 against the spread, 2-1 at home. 73% of the bets and 73% of the money are on the Bears. Everybody and their mother is on the Bears this weekend. Bears are the number one rushing team in the league right now. Detroit is last in stopping the run. The Lions have possibly the worst defense of all time. But I'm going to take the Detroit Lions plus 3.5. I'm going to buy it up to
by the
half. I don't want no push. And I want the Lions this weekend. I think Detroit or Chicago's about to have, a little setback, a little dose of reality.
I don't like the way you're speaking right now.
We are
I got you, Elliot. You pipe down.
Still absolutely suck.
You pipe down. The Bears are gonna run this game. This is my easiest pick of the week. I'm taking the Bears -3 against the
Okay.
Lions.
Let me just say, I would be on the Bears because I do think that they're going to win this game. But whenever I see all of the public and all of the money on the Bears, I personally cannot take that side. So
Then don't look at it. It's simple.
I have
Yeah,
to look
just
at
look
it.
at that. No, I'm not
Never mind
playing
that
aside this
nonsense.
game. I do think the Bears will secure the dub, but I think there's going to be a million points scored in this game. The Lions offense can put up points. The Bears offense have showed they can put up points. I love over 48.5.
Yeah, I could see this being like 33-30.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I love the over. I'm not playing aside in this game, but one of my official picks this week is
Don't
going to
push
be
me.
the over.
Very nice.
Nice. All right. So we good with that game?
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
All right. We got the Saints at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh plus 1.5. This line has been moving down. Over under 40.5. Saints 3-6 against the spread. 0-3 against the spread on the road. Pittsburgh 3-4-1 against the spread. 1-1-1 at home. 61% of the tickets are on the Steelers. 71% of the money is on the Saints. TJ Watt is expected to return this week, so I believe that is a huge plus for the Steelers. I kind of trust Mike Tomlin and the Steelers defense to finally show the fuck up and be able to shut down Andy Dalton. I don't really have a side in the game, but I do like the under at 40.5.
Yes.
I
The
think
under
it'll be very
juicy.
scoring.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw another one of my official picks of the week here, and it's Saints money line over the Schittsburg Steelers. They're going to win, and they're gonna make all Schittsburg fans. Kenny Pickett is trash. Let's just face it. He's not good. He doesn't know what he's doing out there. Not that he's got a lot of help, but
Man.
what Deontay Johnson dropping balls. I mean, come on.
Finally got rid of that jackass Chase Claypool.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey. Chicago Bear.
that guy sucks ass.
He's best
So
receiver.
nothing,
Best receiver in the
nothing on that
league.
game, Bradford.
What?
Well, you said money line, Saints money
Saints
line.
money line. Yes, sir.
It's your
Elliott?
official pick.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So I also love the under in this game. That'll be one of my official picks. I don't think either team's going to be able to put up points. Both defenses are pretty good. If I had to lean aside, I would probably lean Steelers. Mike Tomlin just seems to just win these types of games. I mean, coming off a bye week, he's going to get his players motivated. TJ Watt coming back, I think, is a huge add. So I don't know if I'm going to ride with Saints money line. I think I like the Steelers this week. Kenny Pickett
But
does
you are taking the under.
do what?
You are taking the under though.
Yeah, that's the official pick. And then if I had to lean aside, I would go with the Steelers. Kenny Pickett does scare me. Just the Saints or the Steelers offense scares me in general. They've been just abysmal. So
Fine, they don't score many points. We're going under, baby.
I think this is a game where there could be 0 touchdowns scored. I mean, it could be that bad.
I'm thinking 10-3.
Yeah. Yeah, 10
All right.
7, 10, something like that. Yeah.
So I got under. Elliott's got under, and Bradford's got Saints money line. Let's go on to honestly probably the game of the 1:00 slate. One of the good games of the 1:00 slate. There's only about 3 of them. I like how the NFL schedules 9 1:00 games and then like 2 or 3 4:00 games, to where like
3 is the magic number for the 4 o'clock games, though.
that's so stupid.
I
So
say
we got
we need to have Tuesday night football, Wednesday night football,
wide.
Friday,
Wide.
Saturday night football. Every day should be NFL football.
So next game we got the Brownies at the Dolphins. Dolphins minus 3.5. Totals at 49.5. Browns 4-4 against the spread, 2-1 against the spread on the road. Dolphins 4-5 against the spread, 2-2 at home. 66% of the tickets and 55% of the money's on the Dolphins. Browns have the edge in almost all of like the metrics and statistics. Browns 6-1-1 against the spread in the last 8 meetings. I think Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt might put up 600 yards and 3 touchdowns against this Miami Dolphins defense. Who was it that ran all over him last weekend? Oh, Justin Fields. That's right.
Justin Fields and Khalil Herbert.
Yeah, so like they might put up 40 points by themselves.
Yeah,
I like the Browns plus 3.5 here.
Yeah, I'm surprised the Dolphins are getting all the money. I also think the Browns are probably the side. The Browns are just a decent team, just enough to cover, but not enough to win. Jacoby Brissett, I wish he was playing better this year, but he's not been awful either. And the Dolphins' defense is not good. But the thing about the Dolphins, I don't think the Browns can stop them from scoring either. So the total is a little high for me at 50. Is it at 50.5 or 49.5?
Yep.
I don't know if I like the over because if the Browns run the ball the entire game, that clock's going to run out quickly. But I would lean Browns in this game. I'm not picking a side.
Bradford?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a close game. Obviously, I'm not a huge Browns fan. I think the one thing that's gonna sway this game is that one team actually has a good quarterback because the rapist is not back yet. And I'm gonna take.
Shut the fuck up. You just sent a picture in the group chat. What, yesterday, 2 days ago, of a screenshot of him in your fantasy league, and you said, "Ooh, just as I planned. Can't wait for him to come back."
I didn't say that I didn't want him to come back. I
You're
just said he was a rapist.
You're pro rapist.
Look,
You're gonna shut us down for that shit.
Breaking news from the Bets and Brewskis podcast: Britain
Jesus.
not pro, but
3 episodes in and fucking.
Did anybody ask Deshaun Watson how he felt?
This is the same man who thinks Ray Rice did nothing wrong.
Okay, no, that's. She did spit on him. Anyway, let's move on. So I'm gonna put the Dolphins money line. They're gonna be a part of my parlay. I don't like the spread. I'm staying away from them. They played it close last week and burned me against the Bears. But I just think the difference is gonna be at quarterback as long as Tua can keep his head off the canvas. You know.
All right. Well, do you just want to go ahead and reveal the other legs in that parlay while we're talking about it?
Yeah, I'll go ahead. So as I said, I got Giants money line, Dolphins money line, and then I've got Niners money line.
Gotcha.
They're all at home this week.
What's that at?
It's plus 193. They're all 3 favorites. They're all 3 at home. I think it's a pretty safe play. I went ahead and got that this morning. Put a fat unit on it.
Gotcha. All right, next game, Vikings at the Bills. This line has been moving drastically. Bills minus 3.5 at the moment. Totals 43.5. Vikings 3-4-1 against the spread, 2-1 against the spread on the road. Bills 4-3-1 against the spread, 3-0 against the spread at home. 61% of the bets and 71% of the money is on the Bills. Bills 6-2-1 against the spread in the last 9 following a straight up loss. To be honest, I think Josh Allen is going to end up playing. So whenever they do announce that he's going to end up playing, I think the line will shoot back up to probably 5.5. I'm going to go ahead and buy the Bills down to minus 2.5 right now. And I'm going to make that an official pick. I'd probably also look at putting them in a money line parlay, but
Bills.
I like them minus 2.5.
Now, I didn't put anything on this game just because of the uncertainty.
Yeah.
But if Josh Allen is going to be back, I think that, 43.5?
Well, there's also going to be weather in this game, probably.
That does. honestly, I think 43.5 is low. I think these are two explosive offenses. I know the Bills have a good defense, but the Vikings have so many weapons. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. And then obviously the Bills have a crazy offense as well. I think
Uh,
this could easily go over.
Sunday is supposed to be 41 degrees, but it's gonna feel like uh, it's supposed to be 41 degrees, but it's gonna feel like 30 or something like that, 20 to 30. So it's gonna be a
They're
cold
cold
game.
weather teams.
Yeah. There's a slight
Like,
chance of snow.
Well,
Like
Vikings do play inside, but
there's only about a 40% chance of
they
snow.
live in it.
Um, if you like the Vikings, I would wait until Josh Allen gets announced in because that line's going to shoot back up. I think with Josh Allen not being at 100%, that will stop a lot of their explosive plays. And that's why the Bills have been so good is because Gabe Davis can just tear the top off of any defense. Um, I the current line 2.5. I like the Bills, but once Josh Allen gets announced, it'll shoot up to 5.5, and I will probably prefer the Vikings in that instance. This is a prove it game for them. Nobody's talking about them as contenders. If they win this game, and I think even if Case Keenum plays and they win this game, I still think it shows something. I mean, the Bills defense is the best in, I think, like top 3 in the league. I don't know if they're number 1, but so I'm staying away from it. I just think there's a lot of uncertainty right now in the market. So
If I had to, I like the over. I think that that's a pretty low number for these two teams.
yeah, the weather worries me, and uh, Kirk Cousins in cold weather. Kirk Thuggins, sorry, let me correct that.
Kirko
Um,
Chains, buddy.
yeah, being that they're a team that plays indoors, I would have my doubts. Let me see if I could pull up stats on Kirk Cousins in cold weather.
While you're doing that, we'll get you on that whenever you find it. Broncos Titans. This might be the most interesting line of the 1 o'clock slate, to be honest. Total or Titans are favored -2.5. Totals at 36.5. This is the lowest total of the season by far. Broncos 3-5 against the spread, 1-2 against the spread on the road. Titans 6-2 against the spread, 2-1 at home. 76% of the bets are on the Titans. 67% of the money is on the Broncos, though. I mean, it makes me kind of want to go Broncos just because of the high public bets and then high money count for the Broncos, but 56% of the bets and 91% of the money's on the under.
91% of the money's on the under.
91%.
6.5. I mean, that is
Well,
crazy.
the money's gonna hate me because I'm taking the over. That
Oh,
total is too low. You're
it's
telling me
really low, but I mean, both
it's too
defenses
low.
are very good. I could not play an over in the Broncos with the Broncos.
I'm gonna take it. That's one of my official picks. I think it's way too low.
Oh,
I think the offenses get going a little bit. Derrick Henry's been balling out.
Broncos defense is good.
I don't know. I think it's too low for me, and I'm gonna take the over. And to the 91%, I'm sorry that you're gonna lose your money.
no, this may not have a touchdown score. I mean, the Titans defense was very good last week against the Chiefs, and now they're going to play the Broncos, one of the worst offenses in the whole league. The Broncos defense is dominant, and Malik Willis hasn't been able to complete more than 5 passes in a game. I mean,
Is Tannehill back in though?
I believe as of right now, it's still.
I feel like it would be a bigger spread if Tannehill was in, right?
Yeah. No, never mind. Tannehill's a full go.
On
That makes
ESPN,
that makes me slightly more worried about the over, but I'm personally not playing the under because it's so low. I mean, one defensive score or a
Hey,
special team score.
this could easily be a 20-17 game, and that's your 36.5 right there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I could. Yeah, I don't know.
2 tutters and a couple field goals. Easy.
I don't know. This is just going to be an ugly, ugly game.
Yeah, I don't like it. I'm staying away from it. Okay, we good on all the 1:00 games?
Yeah.
Did we talk
Alrighty, sounds
Chargers
good.
Niners? Is that 4
That's a
o'clock
Sunday
game?
night game, bub.
Oh Jesus Christ!
First
Friday
4:00 game on the slate. We got the Indianapolis Colts, led by Jeffrey fucking Saturday, going into Las Vegas. Raiders -5.5. Totals at 42.
That's moved down, actually. It's 4.5 now.
Hey, that's what I was just about to ask. So it's 4.5. Colts 3-6 against the spread, 1-4 on the road. Raiders 3-5 against the spread, 2-1 against the spread at home. 64% of the bets and 56% of the money's on the Raiders. However, breaking news today: Darren Waller placed on IR. Hunter Renfrow placed on IR. We got Jonathan Taylor fully participating in practice. Matty Ice is back in practice. Don't know if there's a quarterback controversy going on there. Honestly, haven't heard anything about who's going to start. I can't personally place anything on this game because I never bet Colts games, and I would never, ever, ever bet the Raiders once again this season. Not going to put any of my money on them. I would look for JT to score a touchdown. I think that's a very good possibility.
He's due.
Road team in this matchup, 4-0 the last 4 meetings. So that would be the Colts in this one. I mean, Bradford, any thoughts?
I'm not throwing any money near this, like you said, but
I would encourage people not to.
Yeah, you're just gonna lose it. I think I'm gonna lean Raiders here. I think Derek Carr and Devontae Adams have got their connection together over the past few weeks. I know it was a little bit of a shaky
Shaq
start.
Leonard's back. Shaq Leonard's fully back.
Sorry, I was talking
Shaq
about the Raiders.
I know, but I'm just saying. I think that defense can shut down.
It's Darius Leonard, first of all.
No, it's Shaq.
Stupid. Keep your name the same.
Fuck you,
dumbass.
Respect
anyway, I don't care. I don't care. So yeah, I'm gonna lean Raiders here, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Colts get the job done. The Raiders are pretty trash.
Elliot?
Raiders +5.5 or -5.5 is my official pick. I'm sad that the line moved. Do what?
You don't want to take them at 4.5 now?
Well, I already bet him at 5.5, so.
Gotcha.
Yeah, when I made the pick, that was what it was. That was before the Hunter Renfrow and Darren Waller, but they haven't done a whole lot this season. Brenton is correct. The Derek Carr and Devontae Adams connection is getting a lot better. I think the Colts. I mean, if Sam Ehlinger starts this game, I have no faith in him at all. I mean, he has been abysmal the last couple of weeks, and I don't think he gets any better with a coach.
Honestly, I don't think you can say that he's sucked because we haven't been able to see, other than him being sacked, like you haven't been able to really see him play. The offensive line has played absolutely fucking terrible.
I guess that's my question then. Do you? I mean, if he hasn't shown any like addition to the offense though. Like he's not doing any better than what Matt Ryan is. So what would make me think that he's going to get any better is my question. So
Jeffrey Saturday, that's why.
I guess Jeffrey Saturday may do it, but I have my doubts about that, being that he's never coached higher than a high school level. I think the Raiders are going to.
Did you see that speech though?
That
got me fired up.
But you know what happens after, I don't know, the first drive? I'm just saying, that speech doesn't mean a whole lot when the Raiders put up 14 points on their first 2 drives, and then the Colts are sitting there like, oh, what do we, how do we get back in this game? Sam Ellinger
Jeff
can't throw
is
the
going to give
ball.
a blocking clinic on the sideline to all the linemen.
Exactly.
Sure.
No.
Well, I did see something today. Somebody, it's the clip from The Longest Yards when the old dude goes in at the end of that game, and it's like Jeff Saturday when the Colts offensive line starts to suck again, and it's an old guy running in there. Because I would not be surprised if Jeff Saturday tries to throw on some pads and go out there and block for the boys.
I would love to see it, to be honest.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
so Elliott's the only one that's got anything on that game?
yes.
All right, sounds good. Up next is my five-star pick of the week. We got the Arizona Cardinals going into LA. Rams -1.5, totals 40.5. Cardinals 4-5 against the spread, 2-2 against the spread on the road. Rams 2-5-1 against the spread, 1-4 against the spread at home. 58% of the bets and 70% of the money is on the Rams. Road team in this matchup, 12-4-1 against the spread in the last 17. Both teams don't really have good trends at the moment, but Matthew Stafford being in concussion protocol, I think, is not great for the Rams. And I don't think that the Rams can put up any points at all, to be honest. I think the Cardinals probably can. I think a lot of them are playing for their jobs right now. Cliff Kingsbury better get his shit together. Kyler needs to show that he's worth $200 million or whatever. So I'm taking Cardinals +1.5. I know I went against them last week in my 5-star, but they have grabbed the reins for this week's 5-star, and I absolutely fucking love it.
What are you taking them spread or are you just taking money?
I'm gonna take the 1.5.
Okay. Yeah, I am on the Cardinals train. I didn't put any money on it. I think this is perhaps the last time you can rely on Kyler Murray with Warzone 2 coming out next week, midweek. It could be bad. He could
The
be
time
on
is
that game.
hot. The time is now.
You gotta get in and get it while it's good. And like you said, Matt Stafford not playing well this year. The Rams just don't look cohesive. Besides him
Rams
and Cooper
so
Kupp,
bad.
like Cooper
Rams
Kupp
look
will
so
score
bad.
you fantasy points and be a monster there, but they're not winning games this year.
Yeah. So you got nothing?
I got nothing, but I like your pick, and I should actually rock with that now that I think of it.
Yeah, I will probably ride with the 1.5. I think the Cardinals are just much more desperate than what the Rams are. Like the Rams just won the Super Bowl. I don't think any of them
Not
care.
hungry.
Yeah, they're just not hungry for it. Matt Stafford, if he doesn't play, which is he, I haven't seen any news on that, but yeah, I think the
Even
Cardinals.
if he does play, I don't think they do anything. Like their
Yeah,
offense hasn't shown jack shit.
yeah,
So
no, that's fair. I do like the Cardinals in this situation though.
all right. Next game is possibly the most interesting game of the day. The Dallas Cowboys go into Lambeau Field to take on the Green Bay Packers. Packers +5, totals at 43. Cowboys 6-2 against the spread, 2-1 against the spread on the road. Packers 3-6 against the spread, 1-2 at home. 65% of the bets and 69% of the money's on the Cowboys. Trends lean towards the under. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. Which
is it 43 is the over
43 is the total. So I think it's going to be a lower scoring game because I honestly think the Packers win this game, and I don't think the Packers have enough like firepower to put up 20 points. So I think if they win, it has to be a low scoring game. It'll have to go under, and I like the Packers +5. If they fucking kill me again like they did last week, they were the only reason I lost my money line parlay last week was because they lost to the fucking Detroit Lions. If they fuck me again, they are in the same boat with the Raiders. Can't bet on them. I'm fucking done with them.
You're gonna run out of teams, brother.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Bradford.
Go ahead, Elliot.
The Cowboys' defense is absolutely terrifying. I think Aaron Rodgers may kill one of his receivers on the field this game. I think he's just done with the season. I mean, the Packers are just in a bad spot. They're in a no-win situation because they've clearly showed they can't compete with the higher level teams. If they make the playoffs, they lose in the first round again, and then what happens? Like the same narrative continues about Aaron Rodgers. The same narrative continues about the Packers. I just think they're in kind of a weird spot right now where Aaron Rodgers has a whole bunch of money tied up. They can't. I don't think they're going to be able to get anybody. So I love the Cowboys this week coming off the bye. So I lean Cowboys in this situation for sure.
Bradford?
I think the Cowboys defense is a buzzsaw, and I mean Rodgers and his offense just have not been in click all year, and the last thing they need is a defense that is locked in. I think they're going to get run through. I think it's going to be bad.
Alrighty. I will.
What is the status
ride
on
alone.
Jones? Because he's questionable, isn't he?
On who?
Who? Aaron Jones.
Because he got
He was
injured.
questionable, but I don't think there was anything like of substance.
Okay.
Yeah.
It might just be
believe-
sore right now.
They honestly might get everybody back this weekend. They might get Aaron Jones back, Alan Lazard, and Sam Watkins back. So I think that's huge for them.
I just don't think it does anything.
And is Randall Cobb coming off the IR this week, or is that next week?
That's a good question. I'll look it up real quick.
Either way, I think I like the Packers for some godforsaken reason. I like the Packers. I don't know why, but
Yeah, that may be.
all right, let's get to the Sunday night game. We got the Chargers at San Francisco. 49ers -7. Total is 45.5. Chargers 5-3 against the spread, 3-1 on the road. 49ers 4-4 against the spread, 2-1 at home. 62% of the bets are on the 49ers. Money is split. 90% of the money is on the over. I think Keenan Allen is questionable, but Mike Williams is still out. Huh?
I don't think Keenan will play.
I don't think he is
He
either.
never rushes back.
No.
Yeah, I did see where he was listed as questionable, but I don't see him playing. Honestly, I'm not going to have a pick in the game, but I kind of just see the 49ers winning, but the Chargers getting a cover, maybe a backdoor cover. Like, if you're going to take the Chargers, maybe buy the hook up to 7.5 and just ensure you don't get a push. But I think Chargers tend to show up in primetime games. And, I mean, I still think the 49ers win, but I think the Chargers still put up a fight.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a fun one. I think it's going to be a good Sunday night game, way to cap off the weekend. I think it's going to be pretty electric. I think it's going to be high scoring. Christian McCaffrey's really put some juice into that 49ers offense. And, yeah, I'm going to take the over on this one.
Yeah, I like the over if you're going to play the total.
Yeah, the over's pretty interesting.
The only thing that scares me from the over, 90% of the money being on the over is like.
Well, 90% of the money was on the under in the other game. You guys shit on me for taking the over.
Yeah. I mean, I just think.
I know, but whenever you get a percentage that's like, it just scares me sometimes. Either way, like, I don't know.
I don't know if I don't like the spread at all. I do. San Francisco coming off the bye week though. I don't know. I don't think Debo is playing in this game.
Oh, I think he is.
Oh, he is. Okay.
So.
Yeah. I think it's going to be hard for the. I think it's going to be hard for the Chargers to keep up. The 49ers are very good. I have a future on them to win the Super Bowl that I'm absolutely loving right now.
If you like the 49ers to win, now's the time to take them. Like,
oh yeah. So
they're probably going to go down.
I think this is a good game to sit back, take the over, and just cheer for points the whole game and not really have a side at all.
Yep,
So
I'm with it. Alrighty, on to the last game of Week 10. We got the Commanders at the Eagles. Line is minus 10.5 for the Eagles. Totals 43.5. Washington 4-4-1 against the spread. Overall, 2-2 against the spread on the road. Philly 5-3 against the spread, 4-0 against the spread at home. 59% of the bets and 67% of the money is on the Commanders. Commanders 1-3-1 against the spread in last 5 in Philly. Commanders 3-7-1 against the spread in last 11 meetings overall. Eagles have the edge in literally every single stat and metric there is alive. Like, I think if you're going to take the Eagles, buy it down to minus 9.5. It's only minus 132, and that is going to be my last official pick of the weekend. Is Eagles minus 9.5. I don't see a way that the Commanders keep this close, to be honest.
I'm the exact opposite, Matt. I think the Commanders are improving. I think Taylor Heineke he's a gunslinger, man. At 10.5, that's a large spread. So I'm leaning the Commanders in this game. I think the Commanders are going to make a run. I think they're good. Chase Young, I think, does he come back this week or next week?
I think it's next week, so I haven't really heard much about it.
Okay, but anyway, the Commanders' defense has been playing better. I think the Eagles, they're very good, but they haven't played the toughest of competition. But I think 10.5 is too many points. Same reasoning with your Jets pick last week. It's just that's a lot of points.
So all right, we can middle this bitch.
Commanders plus 10.5 is going to be my last official pick too.
That's fine. We can middle this. I just we need Eagles to win by 10. And we both win.
Not too hard.
I don't have any money on this game. I think the Eagles will probably get the job done, but I think they've played a really easy schedule so far.
And they're going to keep playing an easy schedule until they get to the Chicago Bears.
I think they're quite fraudulent. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Commanders snuck in and got close to winning this or kept it close.
So I think that the Eagles defense and more specific, like their secondary with Darius Slay and CJ, like I think that's going to be quite tough for Terry McLaurin to move the ball down the field since he's basically their only fucking weapon.
Don't forget about Curtis Samuel.
Yeah, I don't believe in Curtis Samuel. Sorry.
Yeah, we know you don't.
No, so I think it'll be a good game though.
You think Eagles win though?
Yeah. I think
Eagles get it done.
I don't entirely agree with you saying that the Eagles are fraudulent. Yes, they played an easy schedule.
Slightly fraudulent.
Yeah, but
I didn't say full-on frauds.
Their stats they're putting up this year is very good, though. I mean, they are a very good team. So
yeah, but they've played against Garbo opponents. So
and they'll
I'd
keep
do good if I played against
garbage.
the Pee Wee football league too. So
Jesus. Alrighty, so do we just want to run through our picks one last time?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Did you by chance happen to write down my college picks?
No, I didn't keep track of the college picks.
So
I don't have any. Do what?
The games we talked about, I took LSU, Ole Miss, and I think there was one more. Oh, I took TCU. Those were my three.
Ole Miss was. Did you take them at 11 or 12?
Oh, plus 11.5.
11.5. Okay.
Yep. You got anything for those, Elliot?
Yeah, I like TCU plus 7. They need to win. They want to make the playoffs, and this is their this is their toughest challenge, I think. So I'm gonna take TCU plus 7. So for NFL picks, I'll go ahead and I have Lions, Bears over 48.5, Raiders minus 5.5. You can get them at 4.5 right now, so like them even more. Saints, Steelers under 40.5, and then Commanders plus 10.5. Matt?
Did you have anything on tonight's game?
No. I like I said, if I look later and it's gone out to like 3, I'll probably ride with Carolina. But at 2.5, I don't necessarily like it.
Gotcha. All right. I'm taking Falcons money line tonight. I'm taking Seattle plus 2.5. Jacksonville bought it up to 10.5. The Detroit Lions plus 3.5. Don't know why I'm fucking taking that. Did I take the under in the Steelers Saints game as an official pick?
I don't have it down, but you can.
No, I think I'll stay away from that one for now. Brownies plus 3.5. Bills minus 2.5. We had the Packers plus 5, and then my 5-star was the Cardinals plus 1.5.
You say negative
Then
1.5?
Cardinals
No,
plus 1.5.
They're getting points?
Yeah.
Christ.
Exactly.
Easy work.
So, and then my last one of the week, which now after I have rattled all these off, I have realized that I might have made a huge mistake. Eagles minus 9.5. That's a lot of picks, but we're gonna ride it this Sunday. We're coming off a hot weekend, so we're just gonna keep her going. You know what I'm saying? Jesus, guys, you guys are like paint drying on a wall.
What? God. Matthew.
I was writing down your
Wake
picks.
the fuck up.
You want my shit?
Yeah, go ahead, Brenton.
All right.
Your
So
fucking picks.
I got Bears -3 against the Lions. I think that's easy work for the Bears. They've been trending up, about as up as a Bears team has looked in a while. Then Saints money line against the Schittsburg Steelers. Chargers Niners to go over 45.5. Think it's going to be a shootout. Good game. Broncos and Titans over 36.5. Just that's too low for me to take an under on. So I've got to take the over. And then my parlay lock of the week, I've got Giants, Dolphins, and Niners money line with a nice payout of plus 193.
I like it. Elliot, you got any parlays?
No, I haven't been in the parlay game recently. I'm trying to just bet straight up.
I've been too good at the parlays recently.
Oh, you've been on fire, bro.
Hopefully my
So-
SGP hits tonight.
I'm gonna just throw together a little juicy one here. I'm gonna take Packers money line, Cardinals money line, and Bills money line.
You're
Get
taking
that up.
Packers money line?
Taking Packers money line, and I'm taking Cardinals money line. This is just a throw some shit together, juicy parlay.
Let's throw fucking money down the toilet if you bet on the fucking Packers.
We'll see. I mean, hey, I wasn't saying put 10 units on it. I was just saying if you're looking for,
Sprinkle a little bit on there.
yeah, just get the blood flowing. I mean, just see what happens.
Get a little frisky, huh?
Yeah, Packers, Cardinals, Bills plus 800. Kind of like it.
Oh, and then, well, I guess one got a question for you boys to close it out. How does it feel that we're gonna have a new middleweight champion after this weekend? Next time we're on.
I'm very excited. I don't like Adesanya at all. Oh, I'm so excited.
5 minutes.
We'll see. I'm not a believer yet, but we'll see.
Yeah. All right, boys. It's good talking with you. We'll have a good
pleasure
weekend.
doing business.
See you at the window, boys.
All right.
All right.
See you later.
Sounds good.
Yeah, Bets and Brewskis wide.
Bets and Brewskis.
It's time for some brewskis for sure.
That's
Get
right.
drunk wide. Some Miller Lights wide.
See you, boys.
I'll
Maybe
actually
some-
just be
Maybe some
tequila. Bye,
stuffed crust
Elliot.
pizza wide.
See you, boys.
Later.
you want me to leave?